Hey everyone, it's Elena. Welcome back. Today we're going to make 5 digital papers in Procreate. The idea behind these digital papers is that you could use them in your mixed media collage projects, whether digital or analog if you want to print them. You can just take bits and pieces of the papers or use them as backgrounds. You could even sell the papers. I will be using my brand new Pattern Decay brush set for Procreate, and if you're interested in that, there is a purchase link in the description. You are, of course, as always, encouraged to use any brushes that you feel inspired to use. I'm trying something a bit new with this video where I'll be going kind of quickly through 5 different designs, and the idea is that you can just take inspiration as we go along and make something that inspires you. So let's go ahead and get started. I will go ahead and make a new canvas with the plus symbol here and tap new canvas. I wanted this to be A4 in portrait mode, and you can make it any size that you want. I just wanted it nice and big so that I could print it if I want to, or I could also use it for digital collage if I want to clip little bits and pieces off. So I made this 2480 pixels by 3508, and the DPI is 300, and you'll notice that my maximum layers are 116, and that's because this is a newish iPad Air. You might have more or less max layers, so you want to be kind of aware of that. If you have a really low number of max layers, you'll just want to make a smaller canvas depending on your iPad. So I just named it Mixed Media Collage Papers. So now we've got our new canvas. Like I said, this is going to be rapid fire style mixed media collage papers. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on detail for each one, and it's going to just be like 3 to 5 brushes and a couple of colors on each individual page. So the brushes that I'm going to be using are my Pattern Decay brushes, and these are available for purchase. You can check the link in the description for that if you don't have these already. You can also just use any other brushes that you want and just take this as inspiration. The color palettes that I'm going to be using come with the brush set as well. So we've got the Pattern Decay color palette, the Letterpress color palette, and the Rust and Patina. So again, you can use any colors you want. This is all just inspiration for you. So the first one is inspired by an Herbarium page, and I just wanted to have some like little bits and pieces of botanic specimens on the page. Let's first change the background color. I'm just going to go with this really light sage color. So I'll start with the dark gray and put some of these planty brushes down. So let's go with poisonous plants to start with. And I'll just add a little bit here. And adding a new layer, let's go with mushrooms in the same color. New layer, and ferns. Let's let the ferns be a different color. Maybe they can be a darker green. Let's add a new layer and pick the white color, which is kind of close to the background, and scroll down to Letterpress section and choose the Messy Script brush. Let that come in on top of this new layer, and let's keep that light color. Scroll down to our textures and go with Dirty Canvas. Let's just make this fairly small and add it along some of the edges. I'm just zooming in to see how this looks. I might just add Dirty Canvas in some areas that are looking a bit sparse as well. Let's keep that same Dirty Canvas brush and go back to our gray. Make it real small and go on the edges a little bit again with that. So that's our mixed media collage paper number 1. We've got script and plant brushes and a little bit of the Dirty Canvas brush along the edges and mixed in for texture here and there. Next up, we're going to focus on butterflies and moths. So this is the same size canvas as before. I just duplicated that. I just named the new one Butterflies and Moths. Different color palette this time. Let's make the background grayish blue. Now as our color, let's choose this pinkish beige and go with the butterflies and moths here. So we're going to do it kind of similar to how we did the other one. Just kind of randomly add the brush in here and there, make a new layer, keep the same color, and go with the moths brush. Let's make this one pretty small for contrast because this is pretty big. New layer, and let's change the color. Let's go back to this grayish blue, but on the value tab, let's bring the brightness up a little bit and maybe bring the saturation down a bit. So I want this to be kind of not very noticeable. I'm actually going to put this below everything else. And going down to the letterpress section, let's go with book page. I'm just kind of adding this as a background to the background. So this is turning into kind of a monochrome page, and that's okay because this is essentially like a scrapbook paper, so it doesn't all have to be super colorful. But I wanted to go with this very darkish blue here in the corner now. And in the ornaments section, we've got all these patterns, and I wanted to go with the one called Rose Vine, keep it fairly small, and add it in here as kind of a background to some of these butterflies. And I am kind of focusing on the corners like I did before. So we're getting close to done here. We've got some interesting textures going on with the butterflies and the patterns and the text. And I just wanted to finish it off with a new layer, and we're going to keep that dark blue color. And in the texture section, we've got peeling concrete, and we can just add a bit more texture in that way. Let's go back to that lighter grayish blue that we used with the book text and add a bit more texture with that color. So it's the same brush, just different color. And let's go back to this light color, still with the peeling concrete, and very sparingly add a bit more with this. It's brighter because it's contrasting more with this background, so I'm not going to use a lot, just a couple of marks sparingly. And I think I'm done with this one now. And just to note that what I'm doing when I'm finished with each one is I'm going to the gear icon, share, and you can choose a JPEG or a PNG, and then just save image. And at the end, I'll show you I'm keeping them all in a folder, and as I make more in the future, I'll just put all of my collage papers into that folder. So on to the next one. We're going to call this one Antique Mysteries. Let's make the background into something kind of light grayish from the letter palette. So maybe let's go with kind of a creamy color. Let's go back to the beginning of the brush set, and this one is the World Atlas. So let's not overthink this. Let's just choose one of these dark gray colors, and let's just let this be kind of the main event of this page. So I used a really light touch so that we've just got sort of a bare whisper. Adding a new layer. Let's switch to more of a warm toned color. So maybe this one here. And down in our letterpress, let's go with a newspaper brush. So how about the journal? And let's just kind of fill some of these areas that are a bit empty. Adding a new layer, let's choose the Galaxies brush, and let's maybe go with a purple this time and add a little bit of galaxy intrigue here. Let's go ahead and add a new layer and add one more brush to this mix. Let's go with a light color. So I think this is the background. Let's go with just a shade lighter here. And in our ornaments section, we've got the fresco brush, and add that along the edge here with a light touch. So it's kind of just giving a hint of a light colored texture behind a lot of this. So it's really just a hint of a background on this. And I think that we're done with this page. So number 4, I'm calling Gilded Florals. Let's change the background to purple this time. And I'm still in the letterpress. Let's go with that dark purple background. I'm just going to add some patterns in black, just pure black, because I'm going to add gold to them afterwards. I'm going to go with William Morris number 4. So I thought I would come with some strong pressure up here and then like let up on the pressure in the middle here so it's all a bit wispy, and then have stronger pressure down here at the bottom. And adding a new layer, let's make that a clipping mask and switch to a gold color, still in the letterpress color palette. And going down to our textures, let's choose the one called Metalwork. So I've just zoomed out a bit and I'm just going to kind of come at this with some little flicks like this, because I don't want to overdo the gold effect. I do kind of want this grungy black showing in the background. So I'm just trying to focus wherever I want the most of the gold effect coming through. Adding a new layer above that, let's just put a couple more patterns in here. Let's switch to Geotile just for contrast with this highly intricate floral pattern. And let's go with the darker purple here. So we don't want this to stand out too much. And I'm just putting this new layer that we made below everything so that it'll be more of a background. I thought we could just kind of let this be kind of an interesting background behind this for contrast. And let's add a new layer above that, make that a clipping mask. And in that layer, let's use Metalwork again, but let's choose this gray color. And maybe let's go with Metalwork flakes this time. And we're not going to cover all of this with the flakes. We're just going to kind of add them a bit strategically for a little bit more shine on this pattern here. I'm just kind of adding them to certain areas with a little bit of a flake. Let's add one more layer above everything. And let's go with black again, and up to our letterpress section. Let's go with handwritten letter and add this to a couple areas. And it's really not that obvious, but it's just kind of barely there. And again, let's add a new layer and make it a clipping mask. And in the same purple as the background, so we're going to keep this subtle, let's go back to Metalwork and see how this looks with a little bit of shine to it. I really like how that looks. And it's cool that it's in the same purple as the background, so it's not super obvious. So I think I'm pretty happy with this, but I wanted to do just one final touch. So I wanted to go to this gold layer that we have over top of the pattern, the main pattern. And in the textures section, we've got big cracks, and I wanted to select that one, but as an eraser. So with that selected, I'm just tapping and holding on the eraser, and it's going to erase with current brush. And you can also just navigate under the eraser, but I think that's easier. So keeping this fairly small, I just wanted to kind of let it eat into the gold a little bit like that. Just to kind of make it look a little bit like there's cracks coming in. And I just think that gives it a bit of a more interesting look. And we could also just add an extra layer on top of everything and just go to pure black again. And with the cracks brush, just add some cracks to the edges for a bit of extra interest on this paper. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with this now. The last collage paper for today, I'm just calling it Medieval. So changing the background, we're gonna go with the super light peachy color here. And in my ornaments section, I wanted to go with the one called Coat of Arms. It has kind of a medieval feel to it. And maybe let's go with this light greeny beige here, make it bigger and add this in. Let's add a new layer. Let's go with the Starry Cross brush, and let's keep it subtle again and go with this slightly more creamy beige. So if we make this one kind of big, Okay, and adding a new layer. Let's go up to the letterpress section and go with the Doomsday Book. This is kind of like medieval looking lettering. For our color, let's go with the very lightest one here. Let's make it fairly small and focus on some of these areas where the Starry Cross pattern is, like that. Maybe here as well. Adding a new layer, let's go with this light grayish blue color here. And in our textures section, let's go back to dirty canvas and keep that fairly large and maybe just add a small hint of dirty canvas. Like that. I'm using a really light touch here. And I think that I'm done with this one as well. So I'm just going to leave it at 5 today. But if you guys like this concept and want more of this sort of rapid fire style mixed media papers, then do let me know and I'll do more of these. But like I said earlier, I did actually save them in the Photos app and I made kind of a little folder here. So I can use these now. I can insert them into Procreate documents if I want to. I can print them if I want to. These are all just here for future use. And they were also kind of fun to make. And there we have it, 5 digital papers for mixed media and collage art. If you enjoyed this rapid fire style video, then do let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to do another batch. Thank you so much for following along with me today and I hope to see you next time.